In today's video, we'll be discussing the upcoming Nintendo Switch title by Square Enix, Octopath Traveler. This is a new role-playing game by the developers of Bravely Default, which was available for the 3DS. As I record this video, Octopath Traveler is not yet available, but there is a Prologue demo available for free that allows you to play for up to 3 hours, and you can carry your save data over to the actual game. So this is a first impressions based off my 3 hours spent in the Prologue demo. I still have so many questions, and everything I discuss may not be 100% accurate because this isn't the actual game and some content is restricted, but also because I played on one file, and you'll understand what this means later in the video. So Octopath Traveler is about a father who struggles to complete your average daily activity. Octopath Traveler has 8 playable characters, each with their own backstories and goals, and the Prologue demo allows you to choose from any of these 8 and start your journey. Now, I started with the Thief because he looked pretty edgy, of course. Each character has their own special abilities that can be executed outside of combat. So, through my 3-hour journey, I played as a thief, Therion, who can rob people. And what's cool about this is before actually taking the item, you can see what chance you have to successfully steal the item. Failing can lead to a bad reputation in town, which will restrict access to certain NPCs. And you don't want that happening, though there is a way to recover it. After Therion's story, I found Alf the Apothecary, who can get information out of people. You can learn backstories on NPCs and sometimes find secret items. As my demo time was coming to an end, I added Primrose to my party, a dancer who can charm people. Now, I didn't get to really see what this did, as I didn't get to try combat with Primrose, but I was able to drag characters along with me, like Pikachu to Ash and Pokemon Yellow, and I'm assuming this would make them meet shields in battle or gain certain skills during combat. I guess I'll find out on the 13th. Anyway, I find this to be an awesome feature of the game. Now, I'm sure some of you are turned off by the look of this game, but me, holy shit, I find this aesthetically pleasing. What really got me into this game the first time I saw its trailer was the feeling of nostalgia I got. It reminded me so much of Golden Sun. Hey, who here remembers Golden Sun for the Game Boy Advance? One of the GOAT RPGs of our generation. Now, I was just about to discuss how good Golden Sun looked for its time, and I guess that's still true, but in my memory it looked a lot better. This is just probably the best looking pixel game I've ever seen. It feels old school but new and fresh at the same time. The animations are amazing. The Super Saiyan battle points you can use to boost the number of times you attack per turn, the instant attacking after selecting a skill rather than waiting to command the whole party, and the abilities that some of the characters have to use in combat as well. Not just special stuff outside of combat like what we talked about earlier. Now, I'm still a bit in the dark with this game. I thought maybe you choose one of the 8 characters, and from there you journey and form a party of other characters you meet, not just the other 7 main characters. But what I take from the demo is that the only playable characters, or those that can join your party, are the special 8, you know, Octopath. And if this is true, that's cool. They're all very unique, but what this means is that there's going to be a lack of party formation. Customization, really experimenting with the different types of parties you can form. You know, this is something cool about RPGs, and with Octopath Traveler, I think we're going to be limited. But regardless, this is going to be a great game. I didn't want to spoil myself, but I'm already seeing reviews and the numbers are high, as I expected. But back to the combat. There's special skills outside of combat, like the thief stealing, but there are also special skills in combat as well. The Apothecary has his normal weapon attack, skills like ice, first aid, but also a special tab for forming tonics and potions or things out of herbs that can cure allies of poison and also heal them, and many other options. This came in handy, and right now I feel like he's going to be the most useful party member. Another thing I love about this game is that it has voice acting, and it's good at that.
I meant it as nothing but genuine praise.
The storytelling is also really good. Seems they like to hit you in the feels, get you a bit attached to these characters and feel just as dedicated to their goals as they are. I see you, Octopath. So the way it works and how you unlock other characters is that you choose one, journey through their introduction, which gives you their backstory, their goal, teaches you how to use their special ability, which is like required to advance through the story, and then you enter some type of dungeon or a place in their story that puts you in combat, leads to a boss, and then ends with them leaving to journey and find other travelers. When you eventually get to a new town and meet another main playable character, you have the option to skip their story, which I'm sure will shut off a bit of playtime, but honestly I don't think you should skip them unless you care zero about the game story and characters, but then why are you here? But what I'm a bit confused on is the difficulty an odd way of unlocking these characters. So not skipping the backstory takes you from however many party members you currently have to just one, that character and their introduction. But once you get to the first dungeon of their story, the party returns, if this is a character you unlocked after choosing your first. But what kinda sucks is that the new character will be at level 1. At least that's how it's been so far. And I feel if it's like this up until the 8th character, I'll be pretty over leveled and my party levels will be all over the place, but I guess this is where the grinding comes in, or at least, you know, catching them up. Where's that experience share? Anyway, the second character, Alf, the Apothecary, his dungeon boss wasn't hard, but would have been extremely difficult to take on solo. And yes, you may see me attacking the boss rather than defeating the mobs in this gameplay. I didn't do this with the first boss, I just thought maybe I can kind of rush through this one. But the first boss did call reinforcements, and I thought that was going to be an issue with this one, so you know. I'm assuming they up the difficulty of each dungeon and boss fight based on how many party members you have. This isn't a complaint, it's just something I'm curious about. I'm considering starting a new file on Alf to see the difference between fighting the snake boss alone and then what it's like to fight him with a party. I do think it's cool you still have the option to learn about each character regardless of who you start with, but I do have one complaint about this game so far, and that is how tanky the enemies seem at such low levels. In these kinds of RPGs where you journey between towns, every few steps you enter a battle, and sometimes it gets really repetitive. But based on enemy level and health, you can just tap a few skills, gain some experience, and move on without fleeing. And it doesn't really annoy you. But in this, every enemy has a shield, sometimes more than one, or you know, it has more than one on its counter. And to break this shield, you have to hit them with their weakness, which you won't discover until you've actually tried different weapons and skills on the enemy. And I do think this is a cool feature. I'm also sure there's a character who has the ability to find out immediately. But breaking this shield dazes the enemy, so you don't have to worry about an attack from them for a turn. And it also weakens their defenses. But this does make them extra tanky on top of having a lot of health, and you can't see health bars in this game, and that's not a complaint. I've played Monster Hunter all my life. It doesn't bother me too much, but with so many frequent encounters on the road, it's one of the first RPGs that makes me want to run from a fight. Other than beautiful graphics, amazing combat, epic boss battles, and good storytelling, this game also has an awesome soundtrack. So if you have a Nintendo Switch, I would highly recommend getting this game on the 13th. For RPG fans and those who like pixel-styled games or pixel art, this game has some of the coolest designs and sprites I've ever seen. The artist behind this did a damn good job. Yeah, I'm talking to you, baby. I doubt you're watching my video. So that's my experience, and these are my thoughts on Octopath Traveler. If you guys have played it, let me know which party members you ended up with by the end of the demo, who you started with, and what you thought of the game. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. See you soon, friends.
Honey, are you all right? Don't worry, we're here for you.
Sometimes when I get scared, I pretend I'm something brave, like a cloudosaurus or a hippogriff. Do you ever get scared, Dad?